Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another One Mind meditation on a Saturday morning. It is indeed Saturday. Hope you've had a great week and that you're having a really good weekend too. A very good morning to you. While we wait for a few minutes to see who wants to join us today, you can start with some easy and slow breathing, nice and deep. Through your nose, in, all the way down into that balloon in your belly. Fill up the balloon and slowly out. Soften your body with every exhale, and we'll be ready to float away in about 3 minutes. Anthony, good morning, dude. It's so good to see you. Zandria, good morning. Happy Saturday to you guys. Krabo, good morning. So good to see you. Hello, hello. Charlene, hello. Just so you pop in. And Maggie, good morning to you. Right. Let's get into it. Today's quote is still from Rumi. This is a subtle truth. Whatever you love, you are. This is a subtle truth. Whatever you love, you are. Whatever you love, those are the things you pay attention to. Those are the things you pour your energy into. The things we love really shape us. But I would like to drill down to the core of that. There's a seed to get to, and this forms the core of my work with clients. And I think more specific is the way you love you is what you are. The way you love you is what you are. You stand or you fall on the view you have of you. Your foundation, the foundation of your humanity, is the view that you have of you. So if there's one thing you decide to really do work on for the rest of your life, it should be the view that you have of you. How can you shape, how can you improve the view that you have of you? Whatever you love, you are. Or in slightly different words, the way that you love you, that is what you are. And you can get better at it. If it's something you struggle with, I promise you can get better at it. Good morning, Pat. So good to see you. Right, are you ready for today's journey? I want to come to your senses again. And I know I've been doing it for the last bunch of Saturdays. Patty, good morning. Might be good evening on your side of the world. It's good to see you. It's a simple meditation, it's a simple exercise, but having the ability to take a step back and just observe for a while, just look at the experience for a while, without the need to double down on jumping to conclusions, is a very important skill to have, especially if you look at you and you'd like to improve the view that you see. So bear with me and do this very simple meditation with us again. If you're ready, you can close your eyes, and here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. Big breath in. And let it go. One more big breath in. And let it all out. Continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale gets pulled all the way down through your nose into your belly. And as you fill up your belly, stretch your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. When you have a belly full of air, let it all go. Soften your spine. Slump your shoulders. Drop your head. You stand or you fall on the view that you have of you. So often we look down trying to see our reflection, trying to see the picture of who we are. What we see is a broken, fractured, fractal view. And then we buy into this picture. We buy into this view of who we are. You can become better at recognizing that the reflection you're seeing comes from a very choppy surface. You can become better at recognizing that you have been splashing in your pond, wildly flailing about in fear. Because there are so many things that have the potential to trigger us. Any trigger is a fear that was triggered. And as we splash in our pond and feel scared and look for some validation or confirmation of who we are, looking down at this reflection in the storm in this pond will never give us an accurate picture. With every exhale, you're softening your body. With every exhale, as you soften your spine, slump your shoulders, drop your head, you're splashing a little bit less in your pond. if there has been a really big storm in your pond, it might take a long time for the surface to settle and the water to become clear. But you will become better at recognizing when it all has settled, and then taking a look at the reflection in your pond. That is who you are. That is who you have always been. It was never gone. But you only get back there after the storm in the pond is over. And the storm is over because you have recognized your own splashing. You have recognized your own fear. And even in the face of fear, you chose to soften. We'll take the last few deep breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. Rolling out your neck muscles to the left and to the right in big half circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward and big, slow circles. Big breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards. In big circles, nice and slow. Big breath in. Release, focus on your spine. Move your upper body all the way over to the left, all the way over to the right, stretching in to your back muscles. One more big breath in, and as you release, stretch, move, or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Stepped into presence, let's dive in, dive deep inside for today's journey. With every slow inhale, we'll hold our breath for just a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. deep breath in. And hold. And release. Pay attention to just how long and how slow your exhale can be. Big breath in. And hold. And release. Feel how your shoulders are slowly falling, and follow the movement downwards. A big breath in. And hold. As you release, feel into your body and feel every place, every space that is able to soften. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel that melting, dissolving, come over your body, softening into a deeper level of surrender. With every inhale, take the invitation to turn inwards and follow the breath. Feel the air flowing in through your nose. Feel the air touch the sides of your throat. Stay with the breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up that balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slipping all the way inside. Hold your breath and hold yourself inside the way you hold the breath. Only hold your breath as long as it feels good, as long as it feels comfortable, followed by the longest, slowest exhale. Take your next big breath, dive deep inside, and surrender to you. Take your next big breath. journey of our senses, we'll start at the top and work our way down to the bottom. First, your eyes, the things you can see. With your next big breath, as you dive deep inside, imagine that if you were to open your eyes, what would be the most obvious thing you would see? And as you dive in, with your eyes closed, study it in all its detail, from all sides. Take your next big breath. And then change gears with your next deep breath, diving deep inside. What would be the least obvious thing that you could see if you were to open your eyes? As you dive in, find that tiny object and study it in all its detail. Take your next big breath. Eyes will take a step down to your ears. And with your next big breath, dive in and strain your ears to hear the most obvious sound, but not just the most obvious sound. Can you hear different layers in that obvious sound? Take your next big breath. next big breath, diving deep inside. What is a sound you can barely hear? But by straining your ears, you can only just pick it up. Take your next big breath. Taking a step down to your nose, in which you can smell. Change your breathing for this one, however it feels good to you. But on your next big breath, what is the most obvious thing that you can smell? Take a deep breath. Next big breath. Is there any other layer of smell you can pick up? Any second smell? Next big breath. Taking a sit down to your mouth, look at taste. Again, a difficult one if you don't have selections of things to taste, but try. With your next big breath, what is the most obvious thing you can taste? is there anything else you can taste? With your next big breath, explore and see. Is there any other taste you can find? Take your next big breath. And then last but not least at all, because it's your body's largest organ, your skin. Scan the surface of your skin and find what is the most obvious sensation somewhere on your skin. With your next big breath, zoom into that spot and feel all of it. Take your next big breath. One more deep dive. As you take your next big breath, what is the least obvious sensation you can feel in your skin? Search until you go, I can actually feel that there. Take your next big breath. Let's dive down together one more time to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel yourself slipping all the way through. Attention on your breathing. floating. Coming to your senses is a very simple exercise. Simply taking a step back and looking at the experience. Looking at what you can see, what you can hear, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can feel. Taking the step back and observing the experience. That is exactly what stepping out of your pond looks like. Can you apply it to your inner senses too? Can you try and take a step back and just observe the next time you have an experience on the inside? Thoughts, feeling, emotion. Can you take the same step back and just observe the experience? Without making yourself right or wrong for having this experience, without making the world right or wrong for triggering this experience in you. Take a step back, observe. And you'll see how slowly, sometimes painfully slowly, the image you saw on the surface becomes clear. It goes from an image that is not who you are of the turmoil you're feeling, slowly to an accurate reflection of who you are. You stand or you fall on your view of you. If there's one thing to double down on, one work to dedicate yourself to doing for the rest of your life, it is the view of you and how to improve the view of you, because you're awesome. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this lesson coming around again and again. Same way, I can step back and observe my physical senses. I am also able to observe my inner senses. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for getting better at recognizing when I'm splashing in my pond. Big breath in. getting better at recognizing that it's fear that makes me splash in my pond. Big breath in. Thank you for getting better at choosing softness, even in the face of fear, and finding how this softness really becomes strength. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing yourself into our circle on a Saturday morning. Good morning, Jill. Thank you for joining us. Karen, good morning. Thank you for joining. Zoe, I think it's the first time I've seen you pop in. I hope you were able to sit down and meditate with us. It's good to see you, Zoe. Thank you, Maggie. Wishing you all an amazing Saturday and a really good weekend. Tomorrow morning, as always on a Sunday, it is a more quiet meditation. A little bit less me speaking and a little bit more you in your own silence. Come and try it out if you haven't done that yet. Have an awesome day. Ciao, ciao.